Good morning and welcome to Backyard and Beyond. This morning we're visiting with Mary Ottmar. Good morning to you, Mary.
Good morning, Levon.
Mary, it's time for the Christmas tour of homes, and your home is one of them we're going to visit.
Yes, we're very honored to be asked to do that this year. I think it'll be a fun experience.
Okay, well, I certainly hope so. This is happening on December 5th. That's Sunday. 4 to 7 p.m. and the tickets are $10, which you can buy at each house or a couple places downtown. So, Mary, are you doing anything extra special, or you're doing, because you do special things every year?
Yes, we do. I think we're putting a few more lights up outside, and especially with this nice weather, it's been an opportunity for us to be outside doing some things like that. But typically we have a lot of trees. I have 7 trees that I put up, and each one has a special theme, and so it's been kind of fun for me to decorate that.
Yeah, and people love to see those things. I said, in addition to this being a fundraiser for Family Crisis Support Network, it's a social event because I see people, that's kind of the only time of the year I see them, and it's such a way to get great ideas you can use at home.
Well, I guess it is. I never really thought about having anybody come to look at my trees because I've just done it for me and for my family, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. Mm-hmm. So last year when I was asked to do this, I said, just really, you want to come out and look at my trees? And she said, yes, we do. And so I'm excited about doing that, but I haven't really done anything too special.
Okay, well, let's talk about those themed trees.
Well, of course, most people know I worked for Iowa State University for a number of years, and so I have a special Iowa State University tree, and my husband has an office that is that theme as well, and so the tree goes in there, and it's kind of a fun conversation piece, I guess.
Red and gold. Right?
Red and gold, it is. And then, of course, 4-H has been my passion since I was very young. And I have a white tree, and I have green ornaments on that and a number of clovers and 4-H related items.
Really, that combination just is, it's Christmassy, but it just sounds so pretty. It's so bright, the green and the white.
Well, it is, and I have green lights on the white tree. And I guess I'm kind of... I don't know what the good description would be, but I love to have themes and then color coordinated so it all kind of goes together.
Knowing you for a long time, that's absolutely right. Any 4-H program you did, I think, had a theme.
Yeah, I know.
It was built around that, but it worked, Mary.
Well, it seems to work for me, and it gives me pleasure, and hopefully other people as well.
Exactly.
And then I have a music tree. Of course, music's been important to Keith and I and all of our children were involved with music, both vocal and instrumental. And so I have a tree that has all red and gold ornaments, and it's just kind of another fun conversation piece.
And you have a special music room.
I used to have a special music room, and then a couple years ago we remodeled and put a sunroom onto our house. So my piano got moved up to the loft, but the music tree's still in my old music room.
Okay.
Yes, you're right about that. And then I have an angel tree, and when my mother passed away, I got a number of angels as gifts, and so I decided to just honor her by making a special tree, and that's all white and then brown. So again, a color theme. And then I have a cancer tree. I call it a cancer survivors tree, I should say, and it's all pink and a little bit of purple. And this year I'm adding some pictures of some cancer survivors because, as with many families, we've had a number of people in my family and extended family that have not all survived, but have been touched by cancer. So I'm doing that kind of as a tribute to my sister who had breast cancer, and then we lost a nephew last summer with stomach cancer. So I'm doing something kind of special in their honor. And then I have a tree that is all silver and white and gray. That's the color scheme in my sunroom, and so I'm putting that in there. And that's kind of a fun tree, especially at night, because of all the windows. You can see it from the highway. And then I do have a new tree this year. It's a bronze kind of metallic tree, and I have blue ornaments on that.
Oh, pretty.
So,
Pretty color combinations. See, and that's something else some people go, I never thought of putting those colors together, and they go, I love it, So that's the kind of thing that I think people love to see.
Well, and we have in Audubon, we've had the Agra Hall Christmas tree walk for a number of years, and we have between 45 and 50 trees that all have different themes. And so I've gotten ideas over the years from that too. And you're right, we kind of incorporate what someone else does and make it our own. So that's been a fun thing for me to do.
Okay, and that's coming up this weekend, by the way, the 20th, 21st. If you want to go
Right.
get ideas there, the ideas are on ending wherever you go.
Yeah.
So now, what about trees outside?
Well, tradition in our family when we were growing up, of course, we had very limited means. And so my dad would kind of scour the road ditches prior to Christmas and find the perfect cedar tree. You know, for most farmers, they're a weed. And so he would find a cedar tree and then bring it home. And we'd always have a bucket with rocks and sand in the living room, and we'd put the tree in and keep it watered. And of course, it came in brown. And then in a few days, it did kind of turn a little bit greenish, and then after a week or so, of course, the needles are all falling off. But yes,
Charlie Brown. Then,
yes, I decided to kind of carry on that tradition, and so we have found a cedar tree that we're going to be cutting and putting on our front deck. I'm not putting it in the house, but it'll be outside.
Mm-hmm. And then I think you have another. You don't have multiple trees, but you have another special tree.
We do. As you drive by our house, you'll see a big pond in front of our house, and we have a smaller house we call a boathouse and a large evergreen tree there. And so Keith always puts lights on that. And
that's one you planted.
Yes, we bought our property in 1990, and we decided we were going to plant a tree every year. And so that was a very small, like about a 2-foot evergreen stick that we put in. And one year someone ran over it with a snowmobile, and we've had deer kind of eat on it. So it's been through a lot of stress. But now it's huge. It's full grown. We have to get a ladder now to put the lights on it. So it's been fun to watch it grow every year. And of course, we need more lights every year as it gets bigger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 20 years makes a big difference with a tree, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
It seems like it's never growing, and then all of a sudden, there you are.
Yeah,
very special. That's
yes.
sort of growing with as you've grown with your property and your home.
I wanted to also mention, in addition to some of my trees, I have a few nativity scenes that I set up in our home, and then Advent is always something that our family practiced at home. Again, when we were young kids growing up. And so I have Advent candles that we have, and that's kind of a tradition that we've carried on.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have a special company for Christmas?
Well, I'm hoping we have company. Keith's got his 2 daughters. Missy lives in Des Moines with her family, and Meg in Washington, D.C. with her family. And then my son, Adam, is in California. We have never yet had all of those 3 home at Christmas time. Weather and schedules and all kinds of things have been a conflict. But we're kind of hoping this year it may happen.
That would be a miraculous Christmas. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yes, it would be very wonderful.
Yeah, very, very special. And in all of your trees, you mentioned the theme. Have you made any of those decorations?
Well, no. The decorations that I made many years ago have not survived over the years. So most of mine have been purchased,
Okay.
yes.
I thought maybe some of the 4-H things you made. And of course, your cancer tree, you're adding these pictures, so those are some things that you're going to do special.
I had a pine cone tree for many years, and that's before I could afford to buy any ornaments, and I went out and gathered pine cones and tied them with red ribbon and hung them on, and that lasted for so many years. But after moving those a few times, the pine cones kind of disintegrated. Yes, they did. And, I could replace those, but I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, well, you have your themes and you have your decorations and that sort of thing. What about any special foods that your family prepares during the holidays?
Well, pumpkin pie is always the mainstay that I fix, and whenever we have a family gathering, that's always seems to be the thing that I have to take the pumpkin pie. So that's kind of a fun thing. And Stollen is another German bread that my sister Barb has made. Again, those were things that we learned at home with Mom and grandparents, and that's been a family tradition. Mm-hmm. So Stollen on Christmas morning, and then, of course, dinner with pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm. Well, most families have some sort of favorite food they always want to have, and so it's always kind of fun to find out. And having the Stollen, that's a family heritage kind of thing that carries on.
Yes,
so
a very German bread. Yes.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so we need to remind people this is on December 5th, Sunday, 4 to 7 p.m. You can get your tickets several places downtown for $10 each, or just buy them at the house. You don't have to plan ahead. Mm-hmm. But plan to attend. This is a fundraiser for Family Crisis Support Network, and they certainly need your support for all the good work they do. Thank you to you, Mary, and to your husband, Keith Booth, for being generous to open your home to people.
Where you're most welcome. We look forward to it.
Great, great. Till next time, here's the thought. If you fill your heart with regrets of yesterday and worries of tomorrow, you have no today to be thankful for.